What's up guys, TC here and welcome back to Starbound. I know we are very long overdue on an update video. I apologize, I've been away for a while. There just hasn't been a whole lot to do a video on, but that has all changed today. This is the 1.4 beta build, which I think a lot of people thought wasn't coming, honestly myself included. But yeah, it popped down today. I saw it on the Reddit, kind of came out of nowhere, so I wanted to jump in, and there is a lot to this update, so much that I've been peeling through the assets all afternoon. I think I found most of it. I haven't quite entirely put it all together, like how it's going to work. A lot of it is incomplete. Something I want to preface this video with is, first off, pretty much everything you see in here is subject to change, and a lot of it is not fully functional yet. So this is definitely a beta version of this release. Second of all, I want to warn you guys, upgrading or going on the unstable build will delete your characters right now. So if you have anyone on there you care about, don't load this build, or at least back up your character, because I lost all of mine. I'm used to it, and it's not hard for me to get all my guys back, but I know a lot of people aren't. So if you're not ready to lose your characters, don't do it. So with that being said, let's jump in here. What I'll do is, there are some spoilers later in this video. I'm gonna try to I'll try to mention it before I get to anything that's really spoilery, so you guys don't get spoiled if you care a lot about the story. So anyways, that being said, first off, let's dig into what's up with this planet. So you'll see here that it's kind of like this weird digital space. Let's do this. There we go, and let's make it turn the full bright off. There we go. So you'll see this planet looks like it's all like digital. So this biome is called a cyberspace biome, and I don't think this is a traditional biome you're going to encounter on planets. It's probably not going to show up on the space map or whatever. I'm pretty sure this is some kind of computer simulation, and this isn't the biome. It's probably what it's going to look like. I guess landscape-wise, I used a terraformer and forced this world to render like this. I have a feeling you're going to go into some kind of computer or virtual world or something like that. And that's where you're going to see these blocks. This block you see here that pretty much replaces everything is it's called a, I think a polygon, sloped polygon or something. You can't get it in your inventory yet, but it's in the game assets. There's not really a way to obtain it. But yeah, it's got this really cool background. There's no weather or anything like that. It does get night and day, but that's about it. I'm not really sure how this is going to tie in yet, but it's definitely cool to see. So with that being said, one of my favorite parts that I'm most interested in is we actually have 4 new vehicles in this update. So the first one here is the tank, which we can finally get into and properly ride. It's got a little gun on it, which you can see it shoots this little rocket on it. It has a jump, a very, very tiny jump, and it's a proper vehicle. It does have health. So if you get hit, you'll take a little bit of damage, and it'll eventually break if it's hit too much. I'm gonna have a shitload of fun with this with these new vehicles in terms of like modding and everything like that. So yeah, it's very fun, and it's a unique little thing. The next one, and this one here is a really big. This kind of highlights that thing I was saying, how a lot of this stuff is unfinished. As I get in this little sports car, you'll see I'm rendering in front of it, which is definitely not right. In fact, I'm not even able to move right here, so. Yeah, this sports car, it does work. I'm not sure why it's just not working right now. Let's try again. Sports car, I believe it is. There it is. Now we're in it. And so this is how it normally functions. It's really wonky. So as you can see, I render in front of it, no matter what direction I'm going. And then if you push up or down on the WSAD pad, it like flips out. Okay, so we're going to get out of this. It actually is a hover car. I didn't realize that. I thought those were wheels, but it's got little hover pads in the bottom of it. Now this thing here is my new favorite for sure. So this is a mini UFO, and you can actually cram into this thing. So you're in it, and now you can hover around. And it can fly up or down, only so high though. It has a pretty low height ceiling, which in my opinion, this is pretty much a better version of the hover bike, and it's got some really fun abilities to it. You can abduct stuff, and you can take it with you wherever you want to go, which I think is really funny. I'm not sure what the purpose of this thing is, but I love it. I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. And here's the big one I think everyone's going to be really excited about. This is called the dropship. So when you get in it, it does kind of levitate off the ground. You can lower it yourself manually, but it will kind of pop back up. It has a vehicle height, like a maximum height it can go. When I first got on this, I posted on Reddit, I thought it was like a full functional flight dropship that you could go really high, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It has a limit on how high and how low you can go. Granted, they are very easy to edit. It has like a max height and a limited, like a lowest height that it can go. I've already played around with it, and I can make one that can have unlimited flight. It goes pretty slow currently. I'm not sure if that's intended, but all this is kind of, you know, in development, so I'm willing to let it slide. It also has some unique things. You can make the screen go dark, like that. For some reason, it does nothing. And then also it has like a bombing ability, which doesn't do damage yet, but as you can see, it does that. It's strange though, because it drops these little things, and these are those things that you can, like little pods that you can break. So I'm not sure if this is like a vehicle we're going to be able to get, or what the deal is, but it is really cool to have an actual proper vehicle. I'm certain that I won't have any problems editing this and making this thing fire usable weapons. So if you're unsatisfied with what this is, give me about 30 minutes with it, and I'll make a custom one that's like a true proper attack dropship or whatever. But with that said, we've also got something. I wasn't sure what to make of this. It doesn't make any noise yet. It's a type of some kind of like drill thing. I'm gonna break it real quick. Let's see, so I can pick it up and see. There it is. So it's called the drill or extractor drill. And I'm not sure if it's supposed to be functional. It doesn't have an interface or anything. But it would be really cool if this could extract ore. And it does say in its in the readout, it says it's used to extract ore. And I don't know if that's just like lore or flavor text. But it'd be really cool if we could set one of these up and it would like occasionally cough out some ore of some kind. I would love to have some automation in Starbound. I think that would be huge in terms of its longevity. Now moving on to this next bit here. We're going to start understanding, oh boy. Oh, I forgot. Okay, so this little thing is interesting. This little monster you see here. This is, I think it's called Enviropod or something, I don't know. But you're going to see it watches me wherever I go. And you find these so far on the starter planet, and it basically it watches to see if you destroy the terrain any. If you mess with the planet any, it zaps you. You can kill it. I'm not going to. Well, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to kill it because it's going to keep following me around if I don't. So let's see here. There we go. But yeah, if you mess with the terrain, it'll zap you. It basically spits out a warning saying you're this is a protected area and you're interfering with the wildlife or something. It's pretty weird. I'm not really sure what the point of it is, but it'll mess you up. Let's speed up ahead here. There we go. So moving on to the next bits here. We've got a lot of cultist stuff, so I'm going to go, I guess I'll just go ahead and say spoiler warning. If you don't want any more information, because everything from here on out is probably going to be kind of spoilery, so if you don't want to see any more about what this story is, because it is post-game, this is after the ruin, so if you want to get out, here's your chance. Alright, so everything from here on, or at least this little bit here, is all about the cultist, and this seems to be kind of a post-game cultist mission pretty much, and you'll see they've kind of got some of their own I guess objects here. So this is an automatic door that opens. This is a really cool ship door that I love. It's really big. It's like some kind of mech sized door. They've got their own little banner back here, which looks really cool. And there's also a couple of new weapons, but they don't have their actual object file. The PNG files are in the game, so you can look at what they will look like, but you can't do anything with them yet. And I think there's some more cultist stuff coming in. I believe there's some cultist weapons and some more cultist objects coming in, but we can't do anything with them yet. This next bit here, I think this has something to do with this digital world. And if you look here, this is a neon store, a neon banner type thing, a neon light, this neon hologram, this neon triangle, and a neon lamppost, and you can actually buy all of them right here. It's from the Peacekeepers. Now I think this Peacekeeper is kind of part of what this post-game is. So prior to the 1.4 update, they said they were going to do the bounty hunting update. Then they canceled it and they said they weren't going to do it because they didn't feel that it was done properly. But it seems that they are going to go back and that they feel that they have found a way to make it work out well, and that these Peacekeepers are part of the new bounty hunter system. You work for these guys, you can find them at the outpost, you can team up with a bounty hunter, and they will help you track people down. I'm not entirely sure how it works. I know the bounty hunter system isn't working yet. To give you a quick rundown on some objects here, there's the long arm, which is a tool. It's really strange. So more or less, I think when you find a bounty, you can't just kill them, you have to capture them alive. And there's several tools there, so you'll see there is the long arm, there's these things called handcuffs, which is a tool. If you see in my character right now, it's holding my hands together and I can't do anything. And I believe this is an item that whenever you capture somebody, it forces this on their hands. And since NPCs can't throw objects down, it kind of limits what they can do. So I don't think it's something that's intended to be on the player. And the reason I'm saying all this now is because it's not fully functional. So I'm going to spawn in an NPC bandit here for me to show you guys how it kind of works. But you're going to see that it doesn't work. It doesn't work fully. Let's see here. There we go. So here's a bounty hunter guy. And you basically have to hold this target on him. And it should have locked him in place there, but it doesn't. And even if you lower their health, it still doesn't. There's a new tool here called the stun mine, which is a single-use item. So pretty much you throw it, and now you can set it off whenever you want. And it's supposed to stun them, but you'll see it'll stun me, but it doesn't really work on the enemies very much, which is kind of strange. And it doesn't help with capturing them. I think the assets for it just aren't in the game yet. Whatever mechanics are used to capture people just aren't fully in the game yet. There we go. Now that he's out of the way. So this is everything with the neon stuff. I believe there's more. I saw a neon shotgun, a neon assault rifle, and some other neon stuff that are items that don't have actual objects in the game yet. So I'm sure that's coming. Down here you'll see we have some new furniture. We have an office, it's like an office full set here. It's a printer, a server, a pin, table, lamp. There's even a stapler, which I thought this was amazing attention to detail, but this stapler here is an individual object. So if you look, yeah, so you can actually pick up this stapler. So it's really cool to have these little knickknacks around. There's a office cabinet, a desk, you know, all the fun stuff. Computer with like Microsoft DOS on it or something. If we go a little further, here we get the, this is the actual Peacekeeper stuff. I think I was mistaken. So that was the neon stuff here. And this is the Peacekeeper stuff. Yeah, this makes more sense now that I look at it. So you'll see we got a Peacekeeper lamp, some different decorative stuff you can put on the walls. This appears to be their emblem. This is their little computer. There's a chair. Of course, they have their own vending machine that's got donuts in it, because what else would it have? We got some wall art. They have their own little cool door, which I think is really cool. It's kind of the Protectorate emblem, or similar to the Protectorate emblem, actually. Not quite the same. And if you go over to this thing here, it allows you to buy a Peacekeeper shirt and pants, which you guys can see there. Pretty cool stuff. And this is the Peacekeeper elevator, or I'm sorry, elevator. Peacekeeper teleporter, which is pretty cool. I like it. Nothing super crazy. Going further, we have got another set here. This is the Egyptian set. There's a pillar here. There's a wall mount decoration. There's a little Anubis statue, a table, chair, and the bed here. I love all this stuff here. And as you can see, it doesn't... does it render? Yeah, it does. It just takes all your clothes off. But yeah, that's pretty cool. This next thing here, I love this. So for the longest time, it has been so hard to program in ways to keep your stuff safe on multiplayer servers on Starbound, because it's not really easy to make a pin, a lock combo, like to make it with wired objects. And so they've added it in here, and now you have pretty much a, this is your own personal pin code machine. So you'll see these lights are off, right? So if I come in and I put in 5555, right, you'll see nothing happens. If I come in, however, my personal passcode that I put in it, 7777, and it turns on, right? And so what we're going to do here, I'm going to show off exactly how this is done. But this is amazing. It's going to basically allow you to put down your own custom locked off areas, and you can make your passcode whatever you want as long as it's 4 digits. So whenever you place the the keypad down for the first time, you interact with it, you'll see it's yellow and blinking. So whatever digit of codes you put in here is going to be your new password. So if you put 1010, all right, it's red. So now that's your new password. So we're gonna, I'm gonna link this to the light so you guys can see it, just so we can know it's properly working. So right now, if we put 9999, nothing's gonna happen because we put the wrong password in. But if we put in 10, oh, gotta clear it, 1010. Okay, 1010. There we go. And it'll turn on. So this is really cool because this is going to allow you to have your own 4-digit passcode. It's not an interface that like someone else can see. So there's no way anyone could like spy on your passcode or anything, unless they're like looking at your computer screen somehow. But yeah, it's really cool, and this is something we have really needed for a long time, and this is going to open up a lot of possibilities. Pretty much all around adventure maps, any kind of custom stuff. There's a lot of fun we can do with this. So moving on from there, we have got some really interesting new monsters, and they're like monster variants. There's only 3 that I could get to spawn, but there's a lot in the codes. They're basically variant versions of our current monsters. So you'll see this is an ice pebblet. It's pretty much the same as a normal pebblet, but it's icy. This is a fire gleep, and this is a electric voltip. There's not a type for every one, so it's not like there's an ice gleep, an electric gleep, and a fire gleep, and a poison gleep. There appears to be like one elemental version of each pre-existing monster. For the most part, there are a few that don't have any. There's a lot of them that there is art for and PNG files for, but they don't have an actual spawn monster yet, so you can't really get them to look at them. But yeah, they're really cool. It's nice to have some variation. I'll definitely have some fun with this. And they do behave a little bit differently. You see these guys, they sprint. So these guys pop up and they don't behave entirely the same. And they've got different attacks too. So I think they're more deadly. I'm not really sure how we're going to encounter these guys or where we will encounter them, but it's going to be cool. So this last bit here, this is definitely going to be the most... this is a huge spoiler, by the way, so if you're not interested, if you're still here and you want to avoid spoilers, this is where you need to bail out, because this is big. This is definitely one of the coolest things I have found so far in this update, and it's a new boss. It is called the Swan Song, and this is a, I think this is supposed to be a mech fight, like a fight. It's a boss fight for you to be in your mech. I haven't found out a way to encounter it naturally yet, but we can pull it up here. I believe it's kind of loud, so if you can't hear me, I apologize. But it's pretty much Azra Nox, and she gets her own mech suit, and this thing is awesome. Like, this is the coolest boss fight in the game. So we're going to spawn it in and see all the different animations and attacks it does. So as you can see, pops up the armor, and yeah, this thing looks badass. Pops out a shitload of these missiles. And so yeah, pretty much just sends a missile to each one of those targets. She'll rotate and shoot her little sword at you. And she's really strong. You'll see we're doing very little damage to her. I'm not sure why she's stuck in this mode here, but let's see if we can get her to move. Let's do this. There we go. So yeah, he's got a sword. Whoa, yeah, he's got this dash ability. Pulls out her sword and slashes. She's got this thing. It's a laser. All the sound effects are, I guess, not working. But yeah, really, really cool boss. She has a ton of different attacks. So you'll see this one here pops up these little things. And these are enemies you have to kill, by the way. So these things will do damage to you. So, yeah, super cool boss. I love the animation on this thing. Definitely makes Azra Nox a lot scarier. I have no idea what the missions are that's going to lead to this, or how you're going to encounter her. But yeah. Really cool boss. Anyways, I'm going to head out of here. I don't think I have any chance of beating her for a while. I'm going to go ahead and head over here. But anyways, yeah, like I said, this is a huge update. And also, I want to remind you guys, do not do this. Do not play the unstable branch unless you are ready to lose your character, because it will delete them. Every single time I've done it now, updating it, it has deleted my character, so that's a big warning. And also a note, I have read over and over again that all this stuff is in development, so try not to be too critical. They haven't done a proper beta release for anything in a while. They just kind of drop a bunch of stuff on us. So if you have any kind of bugs or anything you've encountered that needs to be adjusted or stuff like that, don't go complaining about it. Head over to the Discord. There's a full feedback channel. You can find it on Reddit. The dev team is in there and they are reading it. I've looked myself and I saw that they are replying. So if you have any real bugs, which I've already reported several, you will find that there is actual feedback on it, and they are listening to try to get this stuff right. So anyways, that's it for today. I will keep you guys informed. I've got a lot of stuff going on, but I wanted to squeeze this video in. Yeah, that's something else I wanted to point out. Occasionally that dropship flies in and will drop these pods off. I'm not entirely sure what it is or what I have set off that causes it, but I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please rate, like, comment, subscribe, I guess, and I'll talk to you next time.